let's talk about my experience with Diablo 3. This series is the equivalent of Kill Bill of the gaming world. What is Kill Bill about? Killing Bill. What is Diablo about? Killing Diablo. Let's go. I thought that making a video comparing Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 would be very interesting. But after taking a look at this footage, let's skip 2 for now. In this game, you don't create a character, you just pick a class and you already have a personality attached to it. Let's start by presenting the classes. Barbarian. Why use armor when your skin and head are so hard no one can get to you anyway? If that doesn't work, Warcry. It's like telling your parents to leave your room. Only you are 2 meters tall and weigh 150 kilos of pure muscle, so unlike your parents, everyone actually complies. Crusader, is it supposed to be a cleric or a paladin? It's not like anyone has ever been able to tell them apart anyway. But what else does this class needs? Heavy armor, the support of the church, the literal power of God. Jeez, no wonder this is a pompous class exclusive for the most self-righteous. Demon Hunter, you have hatred and discipline as basic resources to hurt other people. You also are entirely focused on shooting and using traps. This class is basically the average Viet Cong experience. Monk. Nothing calmly whispers peace of mind like punching someone into the face. Hope you like Dragon Ball Z and Avatar The Last Airbender because that's the vibe I'm getting. Plus, making the healer class obscenely cool is totally a valid way to get people to play them. Usually, the only way. Necromancer, this is the businessman of the magical world. Where some see death and decay, this class sees workers an opportunity. If you work yourself to death, that's only halfway with this boss. Now we'll keep on working from beyond the grave. Heck, this one will kill Diablo's workers and then have them be his bodyguards. Stopping Diablo and saving the world? Nah. No, we will leave that. Everyone can see the hostile take over from miles away. Witch Doctor. Trusting people is always hard, so why not simply have friends from the other side? Never wanted that voodoo doll to poke that annoying kid who sits in the back of the class, or to bring nightmares to that teacher who thought a surprise test was a morally correct decision. Now you can bring all of these dreams to life by playing this class. Wizard. Maybe you don't want to be a leader of a skeleton or zombie army, but still you want your fantasy of being a powerful spellcaster fulfilled. Well, this class got you covered. You have arcane elements or any mumbo-jumbo of a name, abracadabra, or begabegan catacamba your enemies away with spells of all kinds. This is basically you, if you didn't procrastinate and actually put the time to study. So, for once, enjoy the full potential you, instead of wherever you are right now. Now I'm gonna test every class from upwards to downwards, meaning I'm gonna start with the Barbarian. For the sole purpose of entertainment and the fact that the mural actually had the Barbarian, I chose the Expert difficulty.
I tire of the empty battles I once craved. I wander, outcast, while my tribe curses the gods who abandoned us. Our home is in ruins, yet I stand firm. 6 days ago, the falling star struck the town of Tristram. The dead rose in its wake. What evil is this? Could it be what I have sought these long years? A foe worthy of my blade.
Now we start the game with not very interesting equipment. Ragdolls gain bonus points. The battle sounds are really satisfying.
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
The ancient.
They keep coming.
I got in my second skill and yeah, it's one of those games. The warrior cannot use any magic or spells and it's exclusive using their physical strength. If you exclude pulling a giant hammer out of your pocket.
The dead have been a bane on our existence since that cursed fire fell. We have to burn them, just to make sure they don't rise from the grave.
I wonder if making human barbecues will actually call the attention of worse demons. That's a possibility, and I'm seeing no one consider it.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon. My brother died defending this town, while that bloated coward tried to run away.
The captain jumping out of the boat. That's basically it, isn't it?
Clear the way. I wish to pass.
How dare you speak to me like that? I am the mayor of this town.
Why are you trying to leave?
Are you mad? This town is doomed. Anyone with a grain of sense should be trying to get out. Will you help me or not?
Dude, you lost the mayor card when you tried to leave and abandon everyone.
No. For now, the safest place for cowards is behind the gates.
That's kinda sweet, to be honest. While she's calling him a coward, she's still suggesting him to stay in the safest place. I fully comprehend that games don't have to be 100% realistic, but look at this wagon. This woman can probably Spartan kinky this thing out of the orbit. Hell, she can probably jump on it and jump to the other side. Or she can even enter in the bar and jump out of that window. Look at that window over there. People really need to step up their games in RPGs using barriers. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, this is a demon invasion. Was there, like, not runes, devils, a pile of corpses, nothing better than a little wagon to block my path?
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Kane into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but
Watch out!
Because of the way the game is coded, these people will just turn into zombies after the conversation started. So I like to think we said something that offended them.
This is killing business.
the dead will overwhelm us all unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
The mandatory RPG of I'm going to get into anyone's room and go look at their belongings.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
We never...
Can we take a genuine moment to appreciate the little details, the books, the pages, the bathtub? It's just so nice seeing such good and well-thought environments in games. It genuinely feels
We have
cozy.
come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
How can I help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Your warriors will be avenged.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
You know, this was a very clever way to show what the wretched mothers were without being intrusive, like putting a pointer in then an arrow. You just killed one and the guy was like, yeah, that's it. Kill more of those things. It's really nice. It's blending gameplay and storytelling.
Not enough fury.
The Barbarian uses Fury to access her special skills in this game, so I found it pretty funny when she's like, I don't have enough Fury. Dude, you are surrounded by an army of zombies, but no, I'm not angry enough. I did some yoga before coming here, so I'm not very angry, so I cannot use my special skills, you know. I did some very good yoga, I had a good drink. The guy that annoys me on transit wasn't there today, so I'm super chill and the whole team is dying because she's not angry enough to use her special skills. The skills that don't spend your mana are called signature skills. You can just keep holding the button and you will gain mana instead of losing it. Now I have Bash and Cleave. Bash for a single target and Cleave for multiple opponents. Now after the basic tutorial, the rule of the game in Diablo is to go after various loots. You will pass on various auto-generated areas. This means when you replay it's not gonna be exactly the same, even though it will follow the same idea. I kept doing basically Diablo stuff, attacking monsters, looting stuff, taking chests, also painting myself blue because it magically enhances my defense, but this class has nothing magical, remember? This is the cathedral that was hit by a meteor. At least I hope it is. They didn't really give me a map. Imagine if it's the wrong one and there's actually a second cathedral that was hit by a meteor and I'm wasting a whole lot amount of time here. Superhero landing. This painting goes hard.
This is where we started.
This enemy is something really fat that has a belly full of vermins, and when it dies it explodes, releasing those vermins. I don't have a joke, this is just extremely gross. Most of Diablo is a monotonous gameplay, but in a good and satisfying way. It's better to play with friends, so I'm gonna skip a lot of what is happening and go to the interesting parts.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this lead hold. The Skeleton King.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Now this is the part where I'm extremely disappointed that Deckard Cain is just an NPC and his design is not used for the actual wizard in the party. Well, there is actually an argument to be made here. They are actually older than Deckard Cain, so it's alright for them to beat him.
Hey! I will save you!
It's really cool seeing a dub with actual emotion. If an amateur was doing it like me, to be like, I'll save you! Help! Help!
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
I have need of your knowledge, Deckard Cain. Leah will be happy that you live.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Dude, Deckard is a shed. He was hit with a meteor in the face, survived a demon attack, was beat up by a bunch of skeletons and still lived unscathed, and he still had spare time to find old maps, read them and discover the secret exit. Yep, Deckard is just built differently.
I have honored my pledge to Leah and rescued Cain. All that stands between me and the mystery of the fallen star is the Skeleton King, whose return has again darkened Tristram.
Now let's see Leah turn into an anime girl.
Uncle, you're alive!
Does any of you in the comments jump with a fist up just because you're happy?
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Time is running short. What can you tell me of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
I gain new strength.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A sad tale, but I seek the fallen star, and he stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakharum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies, the prophecy of the end days, says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
I am the last of the Herodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Herodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
You cannot believe this.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy. And Tristram, no, the world has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the lords of hell.
You and Leah seem to care much for each other.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the lords of the burning hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers. The prophecy of the end days is contained within the Herodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Kane. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding Hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the lords of hell.
Diablo drove Leoric to madness?
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
And after he became the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard, while he did his crazy research.
What does your uncle seek?
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
What did you learn of your mother?
She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
Did you know that King Leoric had his own wife executed?
terrible, terrible things happened when he went mad.
This classifies as an act of madness. They were not exaggerating. Or maybe she was just very annoying.
Will Leoric's spirit never rest? Why was he cursed so?
Cleared out the old town and rescued Deckard Cain? I'm never betting against you again.
You dick,
See, the
what that's
problem
supposed to
is,
mean?
They never should have named this place New Tristram. We wouldn't be getting attacked all the time if we were called, no, I don't know, New Wellington, would we?
For this place to be New Wellington, there should have been an Old Ellington before.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
You know what would take everyone's mind off their troubles? One of Theodos's great comedies.
I've seen one of them. Two men dressed as women, screeching at each other and tearing their bodices. Huh, a chimney rider.
Glad to hear it. Rehearsals in 3 hours.
That's a comedy? Oh wait, they didn't have shopping malls at that time. And that's it. That's the beginning of the Diablo 3. Hope you were entertained and at least a single one of my jokes landed. It's a very crappy first video,